Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 1, Book 12, number 750. Narrated by Abu Bakr. I reached the Prophet in the mosque while he was bowing in prayer, and I too bowed before joining the row. Mentioned it to the Prophet, and he said to me, "May Allah increase your love for the good. But do not repeat it again, bowing in that way." Volume 1, Book 12, number 751. Narrated by Imran bin Hussein. I offered the prayer with Ali in Basra, and he made us remember the prayer which we used to pray with Allah's apostle. Ali said takbir on each rising and bowing. Volume 1, Book 12, number 752. Narrated by Abu Salama. When Abu Hurairah led us in prayer, he used to say takbir on each bowing and rising. On the completion of the prayer he used to say, "My prayer is more similar to the prayer of Allah's apostle than that of any one of you." Volume 1, Book 12, number 753. Narrated by Mutarif bin Abdullah. Imran bin Hussein and I offered the prayer behind Ali bin Abi Talib. When Ali prostrated, he said the takbir. When he raised his head, he said the takbir, and when he got up for the third rak'ah he said the takbir. On completion of the prayer, Imran took my hand and said, "This, i.e., Ali, made me remember the prayer of Muhammad," or he said, "He led us in a prayer like that of Muhammad." Volume 1, Book 12, number 754. Narrated by Ikrimah. I saw a person praying at Muqam el-Rahim, the place of Abraham by the Kaaba, and he was saying takbir on every bowing, rising, standing and sitting. I asked Ibn Abbas about this prayer. He admonished me saying, "Isn't that the prayer of the Prophet?" Volume 1, Book 12, number 755. Narrated by Ikrimah. I prayed behind a sheikh at Mecca, and he said 22 takbirs during the prayer. I told Ibn Abbas that he, i.e. that sheikh, was foolish. Ibn Abbas admonished me and said, "This is the tradition of Abu el-Qasim." And narrated Abu Hurairah, whenever Allah's apostle stood for the prayer, he said takbir on starting the prayer and then on bowing. On rising from bowing he said, "Sami Allahu liman hamida," and then while standing straight he used to say, "Rabbana laka el-hamd." Al-Layth said, "The Prophet said, Walaka el-hamd." He used to say takbir on prostrating and on raising his head from prostration. Again he would say takbir on prostrating and raising his head. He would then do the same in the whole of the prayer till it was completed. On rising from the second rak'ah, after sitting for at-tahiyyat, he used to say takbir. Volume 1, Book 12, number 756. Narrated by Muzab bin Sa'd. I offered prayer beside my father and approximated both my hands and placed them in between the knees. My father told me not to do so and said, "We used to do the same, but we were forbidden, by the Prophet, to do it and were ordered to place the hands on the knees." Volume 1, Book 12, number 757. Narrated by Zaid bin Wahb. Hudhaifa saw a person who was not performing the bowing and prostrations perfectly. He said to him, "You have not prayed, and if you should die you would die on a religion other than that of Muhammad." Volume 1, Book 12, number 758. Narrated by Al-Bara. The bowing, the prostration, the sitting in between the two prostrations, and the standing after the bowing of the Prophet, but not qiyam, standing in the prayer, and qud, sitting in the prayer, used to be approximately equal in duration. Volume 1, Book 12, number 759. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Once the Prophet entered the mosque, a man came in, offered the prayer and greeted the Prophet. The Prophet returned his greeting and said to him, Go back and pray again, for you have not prayed. The man offered the prayer again, came back and greeted the Prophet. He said to him thrice, Go back and pray again, for you have not prayed. The man said, By him who has sent you with the truth, I do not know a better way of praying. Kindly teach me how to pray. He said, When you stand for the prayer, say takbir and then recite from the Quran what you know, and then bow with calmness till you feel at ease, then rise from bowing till you stand straight. Afterwards prostrate calmly till you feel at ease, and then raise your head, and sit with calmness till you feel at ease, and then prostrate with calmness till you feel at ease in prostration, and do the same in the whole of your prayer. Volume 1, Book 12, number 760. Narrated by Aisha. The Prophet used to say in his bowing and prostrations, Subhanaka Allahumma Rabbana wa bihamdika Allahumma ifirli. I honor Allah from all what unsuitable things is ascribed to him. O Allah our Lord, and all the praises are for you. O Allah, forgive me. Volume 1, Book 12, number 761. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. When the Prophet said, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Allah heard those who sent praises to him, he would say, Rabbana wa laka alhamd. On bowing and raising his head from it, the Prophet used to say takbir. He also used to say takbir on rising after the two prostrations. See Hadith number 656. Volume 1, Book 12, number 762. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's Apostle said, when the Imam says, Sami Allahu liman hamida, you should say, Allahumma Rabbana laka alhamd. And if the saying of any one of you coincides with that of the angels, all his past sins will be forgiven. Volume 1, Book 12, number 763. Narrated by Anas. The Qanut used to be recited in the Maghrib and the Fajr prayers. Volume 1, Book 12, number 764. Narrated by Rifa bin Rafi Az Zuraki. One day we were praying behind the Prophet. When he raised his head from bowing, he said, Sami'a Allahu liman hamida. A man behind him said, Rabbana walaka alhamd hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fihi, O our Lord. All the praises are for you, many good and blessed praises. When the Prophet completed the prayer, he asked, Who has said these words? The man replied, I. The Prophet said, I saw over 30 angels competing to write it first. Prophet rose from bowing and stood straight till all the vertebrae of his spinal column came to a natural position. Volume 1, Book 12, number 765. Narrated by Thabit. Anas used to demonstrate to us the prayer of the Prophet, and while demonstrating, he used to raise his head from bowing and stand so long that we would say that he had forgotten the prostration.